Growing up, I've never been shy about talking about this, but I've always had a problem with the pharmaceutical company because they are out to kill you. And the reason why I say this because, they have prescription pills and the prescription medicine, most of them, a lot of them are prescription pills, if not even most of them. And I don't believe in that because it's a synthetic form of narcotics. And it's supposed to relieve the symptoms, but it can relieve the symptoms and help you if you're sick. But what I find a little weird is that, they have a lot of side effects. And whenever a doctor actually prescribed me some medicine, and I would always tell them, like, I need to use another alternative source because I don't know if I want to take pills, whether it's for emotions or whatever it is, I like to go through the natural route. And, I'll tell you guys an interesting story. Now, I don't use prescription medicine of any sort. But, just a few months ago, I had these terrible allergies and I was really, really suffering. I couldn't breathe through my nose and it affected my sleeping pattern. I couldn't even sleep. It felt like I was suffocating in my own breath. And my nose was completely congested, my cheeks were red, my eyes were becoming red and completely watery. And I took allergy relief pills and I wasn't overdosing, and I couldn't do it anymore. And I was told, like, don't skip a day not taking these things. I mean, you need to take these because you're sick. I told them I can't take them anymore because they started to hurt my kidneys. It's a CVS brand of allergy relief, and it really started to hurt my kidneys. So eventually, yeah, I did recover from my allergies. And, I've used a lot of much better things for my allergies. I mean, the nasal inhaling thing, that kind of worked for a short while, for a limited time. But I've discovered something much, much better, and they're called monk fruit. If your nose ever feels congested or if you're suffering from severe allergies, I highly recommend using monk fruit. It's this fruit is in a shell, and it's easy to break it. But the fact that this fruit is in a shell, it's actually very sweet, and it's all natural. And when you pick it up, it's like picking up a piece of paper. It's as light as a feather, and it has a shell. You have to make sure that the shell is broken and has to be cracked. You put it in 6 cups of water, boiling water, and you let it boil for a certain amount of time, and you just drink it. Make sure you drink it when it's hot. You pour the water on top of the monk fruit and make sure that it's hot. And when you pour the cold water over the monk fruit, make sure it boils after a couple of times. But when it starts boiling, then you let it cool down after like 2 to 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes or whatever, and you make sure that it's gonna be fine. And when you drink it when it's hot, it clears the nasal passages. So whoever has a congested, stuffy nose, or whoever is suffering from allergies, monk fruit is definitely the way to go. And as a matter of fact, there has actually been scientific studies that have actually been confirmed, discovered by Brazilian scientists, and this has been confirmed in 2 other countries in Africa, in Senegal as well as Nigeria. Now, you pour hot water, you squirt lime, you cut half of a lime, you squirt the lime, all the juice from the lime inside the hot water, and then the piece that you cut it from, you just pour it in the hot water, and you stir it a little bit, just to kind of like let it dilute into the water, and you drink the hot lime and water juice. You drink hot lime with water, the hot water with lime, and it's good for a lot of things. It's good for the kidneys, and it's good for people who have tumors because it actually shrinks your tumors. It has actually been confirmed to even cure cancer, believe it or not. So, well, with these people that tell you to take these prescription pills, they have been known to kill 100,000 Americans every year. and they have also been known to kill 10,000 people in Canada every single year. Now, these pills, I mean, their pills are known for damaging your kidneys, damaging your liver, especially with this chemical known as acetaminophen. So, what's really the point in taking something that's supposed to help you with your health when it's known for killing people? Whenever I was told to take a pill, I would tell them I want medicine, not a precursor to a death sentence. So, with that being said, if you want to try natural route, I would recommend trying herbs. If you have like stress, you could take kava kava. It's a good herb for that. If you are losing hair or if your hair roots aren't strong, then I would highly recommend using herbs like horsetail. If you have weak respiratory or weak lungs, or if you have lung cancer, you could try old herbs like colt's foot. If you want to treat your cancer, you could use reishi mushrooms, mishi mushrooms, and shiitake mushrooms, which are all from Japan, which has been known for treating people with cancer and preventing cancer. And of course my remedy, which I've been using every day on a daily basis, where you boil some hot water, pour it in a cup, then squirt the lime, then cut half a lime, then squirt all the juice from the lime into the hot water, and then you drink it. But make sure you throw the piece that you cut, that you squirted the juice from, into the water itself, because the cure is in the lime and the hot water. It has reduced people's swelling when it comes to those who have tumors, people who have cancer. It's good for men's testosterone levels. It has also been good for balanced estrogen levels as well. It has been good for a lot of things, honestly. It's good for people who have kidney problems and bladder problems or what have you, and it's even good for people who have heartburn, aka gastritis. And your levels have become completely balanced. It's even good for preventing cancer. So yeah, I think it's about time we start taking a more natural alternative route instead of using these pills, which are made of synthetic narcotics, can create, some of them of course create chemical imbalances in the brain and damage the kidneys, damage the liver, damage your nerves. What's the point of taking something that's supposed to help you when all it does is kill you? The pharmaceutical industry, they don't care about the people. The money is not in the cure. The money is in the disease, and it's also in the sickness. They want to keep the public sick so that they can continue making money. That's the whole point. And this is why I will never support the pharmaceutical industry. I often, I have a nickname for the pharmaceutical industry, the Auschwitz Shop. That's what I refer to them as. Because prescription medicines kill. Prescription pills, to be exact, honestly. That's a fact. And when it comes to, squirting the hot, many of these other herbs, they're good for curing diabetes. They're good for diabetes too. They're good for diabetes. That's a fact. And there's another herb that I take that I always like to use before I start working out, and it's called long jack, also known as tongat ali, and it's also known as pumak bami in Indonesia and Malaysia. It's good for to use as an aphrodisiac. It's also good to use for men who have erectile dysfunctions. It's also good for men who are infertile. It's also good for men who have low sperm count, and it's good for muscle recovery after you work out when your muscles are sore. It's good for muscle recovery, especially after you experience muscle soreness. It's also good for what's it called? Perform enhancing your performance when it comes to athletics. It has also been used by bodybuilders for increasing muscle mass as well as strength. So this is why I support that. Once again, I mean, so why spend lots and lots of money with hormone replacement therapy when you can just do that? And I'm a firm believer in this kind of thing. Herbs is the way to go. Alternative medicine, that's the way to go. And I firmly believe in this stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my videos if you'd like to hear more. topics on politics. And if you have more questions about what herbs I could recommend, I'm your man. I know as much as I can. I'm not an expert on herbs. I just know enough for to help me with, other to help me with my health and my benefit. So thank you very much.